Okay, today is a review lesson. There's a few tricky things in here, so I'll do some of it with you. Let's start with this very top part. I'll do the top part with you. So first of all, they want to know how many square inches is in a square foot. Remember, there's 12 inches in a regular foot, so we have to square it. So 12 times 12, 144. How many square miles are in a square, are in an acre? Well, that would be 1. One square mile is 640 acres, and we have not had a chance to memorize those too much. If I look back in the lessons, it was one of those lessons where they gave us, if you look back on lesson 145, if you haven't handed it in, the brown box up top has these measurements. 1 square mile equals 640 acres. Hold on just a second. Okay, so we can refer back to lesson 145. Let's see. How many square feet equal a square yard? This one we don't really need the measurement. We know that there's 3 feet in 1 yard. So how many feet are in a square yard? So square the feet. 3 times 3 would be 9. 3 square feet is how much of a square yard? So we're going from smaller to larger here. So we're actually dividing. 3 square feet, I'm talking 3 square feet. Remember, there's 9 square feet in a square yard. So it's 3 square feet out of 9 square feet. And what does that reduce to? 1/3. Yes, what? Real quick.
Did Amanda text you something about anything?
Are you recording right now?
I am recording.
Can you pause it?
No, I haven't gotten anything back from Amanda. Why?
Pause it.
Okay, let's look at the next one. How many square feet equal an acre? And this is that one we looked at the other day that we have to memorize. It's 43,560. 12 square inches is how many square feet? So this is another one where you're going smaller to larger. So you have to divide. So it's 12 square feet out of how many square feet in a square foot? 144. So if we reduce that, 12 goes into 144 12 times. So it's 1/12. 320 acres is how many square miles? Well, 640 acres equals 1 square mile. We had that up on B. See it up on B? So it looks to me like 320 is half of that, isn't it? So that would be half of a square mile. 1,296 square inches is how many square feet? So how many inches? So we're going inches to feet, which we're going to divide, right? So I'm going to put this over a division. How many square inches are in a square foot? So 12 times 12, 144. So it's 1,296 over 144. I don't have much room to work, but, well, what I would do, well, we could reduce this. So that's what you're doing, right? So 144. How about if I help you a little bit here because I know the answer. Let's do it times 9. Oh, guess what we got? 1,296. So it goes into it perfectly 9 times. So 1,296 square inches is 9 square feet. Okay. All right. Whoa, what did I do here? Oh, so how many square I was like, what are they doing here? So they're gone from like here to here. It's all one problem. See that? As if this wasn't confusing enough. All right, so if you have 9 square feet, how many yards is that? Well, 3 feet equal a yard. So 3 times 3 is 9. And that's what we have, 9. So that equals 1 square yard. So 1 square yard is 9 square feet and is 1,296 square inches. All right. Areas. Remember, area equals length times the width. Square area equals side squared. Perimeter for the rectangle, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Soon I'm going to stop giving you these. And the perimeter for a square is 4 times s. Number each column from least to greatest. So we have a square inch, square mile, square foot, square yard. That's pretty easy because we can kind of go by what is normal. What would be the smallest one without the squares? Of course, it would be the inch, right? And then we go inch to feet, feet to yards. Question is, which one's bigger, a square mile or an acre? Well, look up top. 1 square mile is 640 square acres. So it takes more acres to make a mile. It takes a bunch of acres to make 1 square mile. So these guys would be next and he would be last. All right. Let me help you with the next one because it can be a little tricky going back and forth between metrics and English. The smallest 2 terms we have are ounces and grams. Okay, this would be English and this would be metric. The question is, which one's lighter? Well, gram is much lighter than ounce, and that's why it's so useful in science, because ounce is the smallest measurement we have in English, in the English measurements. And we really need to get way lighter than an ounce when we're talking about microscopic things. But ounce would be the next one. And then we're left with pounds, tons, and kilograms. All right, so the pound would be the next heaviest. And then kilogram, let me get my phone out here so I can give you an accurate count. All right, here we go. How many pounds is 1 kilogram? Here we go. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So just a little over a pound. So a kilogram sounds really big, 1,000 grams, but still only 2.2 pounds. Not even a bag of potatoes. So obviously ton's the biggest because that's 6,000 pounds. All right, so we have a liter, a gallon, a quart, a cup, and a pint. This is a little easier because we use 2-liter bottles. Isn't that, oh, that is awful. Quit laughing at me. I'm trying to make a 2-liter bottle of soda. We use the 2-liter bottles of soda, the big ones, right? They're 2 liters. So let me just remind you. 2 liters is a little more. It's a little more than a half a gallon. A little bigger than a half gallon. So a 1-liter bottle, sometimes you can buy soda in 1 liter, is a little more than a quart. Okay? Whoops. Totally lost it. Here we go. All right, so what would be the smallest then? Obviously, the cup is going to be the smallest. Pints are smaller than a quart. This is bigger than a quart. So 1 cup. If we have 2 cups, we get a pint. If we have 4 cups, we get a quart. At that point, we have a liter. Oops, this is a 3, sorry. It's like, okay. This is a 3. So a liter is a little bigger than a quart, and then the gallon would be the biggest. All right, so this review section, the top looks pretty easy. Number 7, you're supposed to mark under the 4 fractions that are in lowest terms. So the 4 that cannot be reduced. So it does help a lot by telling you that there's only 4 of them. Okay? Changing to mixed numbers, changing to improper fractions, following the signs. This is all really easy stuff on the back here, except for the rounding off part. I will do one row with you guys just to help you make sure you're doing it correctly. I'm going to do C. So we have 8,972, and they want us to round it off first to the 1,000s, and I look at this C, and I see the 8 is in the 1,000th spot, so I have to look at the number after it, which is a 9. The 9 will round the 8 up to a 9, so I'm going to write a 9, and then everything after it will become a 0. I know this is kind of easy, but sometimes people write it weird. So I want to make sure we're all doing it the same way. All right, now we're going to round to the nearest hundreds. 9 is in the hundreds place. So look at the number after it. It's a 7. What will 7 do? It will round it up. Remember, 0 to 4 will keep it the same. 5 through 9 will round it up. All right, so now we're going to write 8. Oh, that's a 9. So that's going to become a 10, which is going to convert that 8 to a 9 also, doesn't it? So let me get rid of that. So once again, even though we're rounding to the hundreds, this will still be 9,000, which is a little tricky. I'm glad I picked this one. And now we round to the nearest tens. That's the 7. I look at the number after it. That the 2 will not do anything to that 7. So on this one, I can write 8,907. The 2 becomes a 0. All right. Hopefully that helps you with that. And I will leave you to the rest of this lesson. Have a good day, and I will talk to you guys later.